So it's like 9:45 at night. I am recapping the vintage CD-ROM that this thing had in it. It ejects, but it doesn't spin. It does have a belt, but it's like brand new in there. Caps are dried up, some of them are leaking. They're cheap Chinese, you know, the period of bad caps. So I'm going to give it a shot, recap this, and just see. 1023. Got it. Alright, I got the front fascia off. Turn the Amiga on. I want to see if it spins. Is that a weird grippy thing? No spin. So I just spent an hour recapping a CD-ROM that the motor doesn't work. I wanted this drive to work too. It's in such good condition on the inside. Apparently not, because it was the drive that came with this. That sucks. Wasted all those caps too. What a piece. So, after all that, I couldn't find an IDE CD-ROM in this house in white or bone. But I found a whole bunch of SCSI CD-ROMs from Sony circa 1996, January, which is older than the 4000T. I'm getting a wobble pop. This is not my night. These puppies are frosty cold. And that is awesome. 1.3 degrees Celsius, 33.2 degrees Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing. 0 degrees Celsius is freezing. That's a cold beer. This is ID number 2 according to its own thing. Hey, let's put the color of music in here. Booted. Hey, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. You can't see that. There's the audio CD. I didn't do nothing. Cool. Well, this will have a SCSI CD-ROM then. That sucks because I wanted to put the IDE one in there. Because I have an IDE bus I'm not even using and I wanted to see if it worked. So, which leads me to this. Amiga OS 3.9. 68060. Look, I got a 3.1 ROM. I don't feel like burning more. This is fully pimped. It kind of does everything I need. Alright, we're going to do it. This is going to screw things up. Let's see if it works. 4000T, OS 3.9, off a SCSI CD-ROM. I cleaned the fan bezel too while we're waiting here. I cleaned this all out. This pops off, by the way, and has a mesh, well, like a foam material. Usually it turns to dust as soon as you touch it. It obliterates itself. This one didn't. It was fine. I shot it full of Windex and squished it all out and washed it off. It's fine. Fan's running too. It's not too loud. Power supply fan, a little loud, but I don't care. It's fine by me. Alright, proceed. I still need this thing. That's the thing I need. That's the port module. 2 cables down here that go into the back. These are the mouse and serial, and then the parallel and joystick. 2 SCSI terminators and another SCSI chain. It goes out back, and oh crap, it booted. It just took a lot longer. Yay. Yep, Wobble Pop Wednesday. This takes a lot longer to boot with 3.9, and 3.14 was instant. 3.6 megs per second. So, not bad. SCSI bus, ID2. The little handwritten tag was right. Zulu SCSI hard drive, 2 gigs. Cool. 39 MIPS, 28 megaflops, 37,677 dry stones, and it says, phone me now. So, we got OS 3.9 installed. My image is grab this image real quick and make a backup of it so I don't screw it up, and maybe copy the other one over. So it's 11:30. I didn't listen. I got the CD-ROM mounted. It's late. There's my cat digging the china. Hi. It's midnight. And I'm just finishing up putting the case back on. This thing was bent as crooked as a politician. The case was like twisted, and this had all these little grippy things. This goes on like the letter C, and it has grips all around the edges that are like these metal hook grabby things, and they were all smashed and bent and put on angrily over the years. This apparently had a video toaster because the card sticker is still in there, and that's cool because I'm going to put a video toaster in it also one of these days. I have to wash it. We got some scratches on the bottom, you'll see, right? There are feet that go in here. They are also like the letter C. Ugly top. It's just dirty and crusty. I left the 2 original drives in here. The Zulu's just sitting in here for now. Because it's, I would like to see something come of them, but I don't know what. And also the brackets. So that's her in her glory. It's supposed to have some frosted, smoked Lexan. I'll look into that and we'll see. So anyway, it's midnight. This case is pushed in too far and it's pressing on the reset button as well. Oh. This case is sensitive to the LEDs, so there we go. Or the power buttons. I'm going to do some monkey stuff. I have a replacement ATX to AT power kit coming. Look at all the new buttons and switches in there. Man, I am tired. Well, I have to get up for work in a couple hours. So I think I'm going to get off here now. I'm really sweating. So anyway, boom. 4000T. Working. But will it work in the morning? I don't know. See you in a minute. Hello everybody, we're back with Slim, and today we're going to be taking this thing back apart. Now I'm in sort of the middle of the road with the restoration of this machine. It has not been fully cleaned or detaped or removed any stickers. There's some video toaster stuff here. I still have to clean it. I spent the large majority of my time with this beast so far just getting it working. I built an image on the Zulu scsi, but today I managed to procure 128 megs of RAM for the quikpak. So I got the case lid on, and I'm going to show you something in the front in a second here once I get these screws out. I have taken some Lexan from, or no, acrylic optics clear acrylic sheet. This is cloudy because it has a film on it you peel off and you get clear. And I cut it with a little special cutter knife I got at the hardware store, and I heated it up and I bent it, and it sort of turned out okay. It kind of folds over at the top, and it turned out okay. I mean, it's just stuck on there right now, barely. I'll have to wipe that off. So it's just basically clear, sticks on here. You can see the bend in it. It's like, you know, a little ED. See how it worked, and it works pretty good. I'm gonna sand this off and we're gonna tint it to the color. I did post a quick, hey, what do you guys think video picture on the old Facebook Commodore Amiga group, and just to see what you guys thought, share a little bit behind the scenes before it comes. You gotta kind of slide it back and then it'll all come apart like a book, because there are all of these little clip boogers inside that get bent up on both sides and in the front and all the way around. That's why you have to slide it back. I still do not have the I/O board. That is in progress. I had a couple people reach out and then their comments mysteriously deleted when it came time to actually do something. So in here I have a 4 meg sim. Ooh, that's a lot of RAM for this big beast. Yeah, not really. So I'm going to just remove the audio board and the SCSI board because I cannot bend the pieces down enough. Now the 4000 tower has all of its boards, like your ports. They're all on these cards here. So these cards right here house all of the junk, and the I/O board sticks to the back here, which gives you these ports. Parallel, serial, mouse. And the crazy part is they're on these GPIO style headers, and they plug into risers on the board. So there are actual headers in here. They look like SCSI ports, floppy drive. No, don't plug anything into them except these boards. So these boards have also since been recapped. This was the cause of the non-boot. This is incomplete at the moment. Well, it's complete as far as it gets, having SCSI and the IDE. Now, this is a quikpak 060, which means this was one of the last Amiga models, basically. I'm going to get some zip ties and try to do some cable management in here just to make it look a little better. But this board right here is the quikpak 060. It actually goes all the way over to here. And it has a bunch of jumpers on it. This memory came from Memory Masters. They are 32-bit, 72-pin, 60 nanosecond, non-parity, non-EDO RAM for Macintosh, which ironically, around the same era, used the same. Everybody used 72 pins. That's what you did. That's what the RAM was. Now, I am sure that there are some jumpers here that I have to do. Sticking the SCSI board in first, that will be this way, and on it we'll plug in the ribbon cable of the SCSI and the ribbon cable of the floppy. Pin 1 is always toward the inside. The problem with this is you got to line it up and you can't see. Use your finger to kind of push the tab in there, and there you go, you got it. So that's one. And now the audio board, and that is that. Now I'm going to leave these undone for just a second, screw wise. They have to be put in pairs. I had to set some jumpers, and that allows 16 megs, and then you have the other one to set in pairs for dual-sided, so 16, 16, 16, 16. Weird science. Long story short, this should work, hopefully. Booting me a test kit. This should be 128 megs of RAM. F1. Hell yeah! Let's give her the triple finger and see if it'll boot my workbench. We have 128 meg, 32-bit CPU RAM, and I still have slots on the board. 4, 4, 4, 4. Even though these don't look like 4s, let's just keep on adding RAM until it doesn't work. Okay, that's every chip possible. Let's see what happens. Memory. We have 128 megs of RAM, CPU RAM here. 16 megs of regular RAM and 2 megs of chip. So she is decked the F out, ladies and gentlemen. Now that that's working, with this separator pad in there, I'm going to screw this in there because I just don't like how it bumps the bottom of the thing. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just cut myself a square here. Stick that square in there. Doesn't get hot or nothing. It's just an isolator for me. You can't see it. There is a piece of black plastic snap stuff that is on that card, and I'm glad I'm able to share it with you. Historically, operationally, and just the enjoyment of it, there is a lot of issues with just general mess in here. A lot of people have trashed insides of their stuff. I am no stranger to that because this is in the middle of a restoration and I want to make sure it's, you know, good before I go and start actually doing vanity work. Function over fashion at this point because it's all sealed away. It's not an easy case to get into. Oh, hello, random footage from a later Sunday night. maybe a week or so later, I am 3D printing a bracket for the Zulu, and I figured I'm going to hook something up to the IDE. This is Starstruck, the Black Lotus, and you'll see this doesn't run as good as you think it does. It does run. Is it real heavy? Alright, so it's fine through here. But after, when it gets to the walker, that's when it messes up. This is real hardware. Why does her legs look gold? I mean, it's all perfect. Everything's running great. Still great. Smooth. Right here. See this? Well, watch what happens with that little. Once it flips over the wall and goes back down, that's it. It'll freeze and just slide forever. Camera tilts and done. Watch. Whee! It'll do that until the end of the time. I hit the button and cancel it. So that is real hardware Starstruck. I even put Elude We Come in Peace on here, and it takes probably 3 minutes to even load, and it is so freaking slow, it's not funny. So I got Looney's Multiverse on here also. There you go, you can see the hard drive activity. La 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 la. Here we go. (2005). Please wait while the hard drive loads again. Look at this. Oh, there it goes. Good enough. I just wanted to show that a real monster truck, amiga4000 tower, quikpak 060, 50, 140 something megs of RAM still struggles. You need a super duper 75, whatever you can squeeze out of these puppies. You can clock this sucker pretty high, but I'm not messing with it. It's staying as is. It's historic. It's vintage. I want to keep it and keep it the way it is. I don't want to go overclocking it and risk damaging anything just to run something that I can smoke the whole thing with this. And that's what it was designed for. 3D printed myself a bracket in my old PLA Plus white. It's a SCSI to SD bracket, but the Zulu is basically the same dimensions. So, excuse me, so I mounted that on there, put the tower rails from the original hard drive that I tossed in the trash because it's dead as a doornail. So finally, I wanted to thank Mr. Andrew for printing out the 4,000 tower feet. Now, my printer just can't fit them. I probably could fit them vertically, but there would be such massive support here. So he printed them out in white as I requested this cheap filament, and he even gave a little homage, whatever the word is I'm looking for. I'm an English major. To Mona for her contributions to the channel. So here, Mona, this is for you, and this is for you, Andrew. So we're going to get these on. They don't screw in like the 3000 tower. These are just resting feet. It does elevate the front of the case where the little bottom lip goes. And that's what I'm talking about. So I went with the 3M double-sided tape. Hooked up my Zulu here, my thing here. Hooked it up. Did the cable fold, like where you fold it over like this, right? Double-sided tape underneath. I'm going to put one more piece back here because it's just kind of sticking together. I zip-tied all of the power supply cables. I ran a third one hidden behind here. I did remove the other hard drive. I would like to get an IDE CD-ROM. I did pull the IDE cable out, which is right here actually in the unit itself. That way all of the main area is clear. And just like that, she is all back together. I had to take it apart twice. Why? I don't know, I did something, it wouldn't turn on. Turns out this lip power button wasn't pushing, it was going in but not turning the power. Useless information. But she's got her glass in, plexiglass from Lowe's, the feet that were wonderfully gifted to me via wonderful people. You guys are awesome. And the Mona vacuuming upstairs. And 3.9 right now, and inside here the door still works. Now I haven't glued this glass on yet because I tried gluing it and it just turned white. Plus my bending skills like this with a camping ladder are not the greatest, but it's aesthetically there. I have to cut this again and do it correctly. We have a SCSI CD-ROM drive. We have a 880K SCOM-ish PC floppy, and behind door number 3 hides the Zulu, and I scratched it because I am a moron. I still have to paint the case because it is not perfect and it is all mauled up, but that's no big deal. It's an Amiga 4000 tower that I can really put to the paces, and that with his big sister right here is going to be epic, incredible. We still have some upgrades planned for that thing and this thing, so stay tuned for further faux shizzles in Amiga world. It's crazy time around here. Always busy. Future repairs coming up, more things on the plate, new things to review, and many more episodes to enjoy. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something.